Hello, and welcome to our podcast, where we discuss important issues impacting our community. Today, we're shining a light on bullying, a pervasive problem that affects millions of people every day. Bullying can have lasting effects on mental health, self esteem, and overall well being. But there is hope. Today, we'll dive into the strategies to combat bullying and promote kindness. Bullying comes in many forms, from physical aggression to verbal harassment and cyberbullying. And we all know cyberbullying is huge right now, especially because we're in a digital society. And in a digital society, everything is done on social media. You know, back in the day when I was a kid, another kid mess with you, and you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to see you after school, 3 o'clock, me and you, just me and you. Now, if there's an issue in school or an issue on the playground or just an issue, period, that child now is being put on social media, not just you and him or he and I, but with millions and millions of other kids who he don't even know or she doesn't even know or never heard of. And now they're being cyberbullying. And that is causing a very, very huge impact on their mental health, their self-esteem, and it happens anywhere from schools to workplaces and even, especially as I said, online. The impact of bullying can be devastating, leading to anxiety, depression, and in extreme cases, suicide. That's why it's crucial to address this issue head on and support those affected. In fact, suicide happens every 10.11 seconds. A person either commits or attempts to commit suicide. And in the military, it's every 6 seconds. That is huge. And we hear a lot about things on TV. They can always tell us about, this person got killed, this person got robbed, this person has a car accident, but you never hear about suicide. So when I heard the numbers, they were staggering to me. And I was like, I couldn't believe the number that they were so large. But anyway, sharing some of my own personal experience is Musch Love Foundation. It's MUSCH. It's a play on words because Musch Love Foundation, the full name is Musch Love, the Moses Odom Memorial Foundation. Moses Odom is my son. He's deceased, but he's in my heart and around my neck every single day. He's not here in the physical sense, but he's still here. So Musch Love was created because at the time, my son had a clothing line called Mush Mouth Media. You might remember Bill Cosby had the show, what was it called? Fat Albert. And there was a character on there called Mush Mouth. And my son loved Mush Mouth. So when he created his clothing line, he called it Mush Mouth Media, which was a clothing line and a media platform. Because what he did was he loved bringing people together. He loved bringing concerts together. He loved EDM music. That was his favorite music of all time. So he got together a lot of different DJs, and he developed a organization or a platform called Mush Mouth Media. Now it's called Mush, MUSHED, because we couldn't use Mush Mouth because it actually was trademarked by Bill Cosby, who I have the utmost esteem and love for. So my son, Moses, when he was 5, he had a stroke. He lost the analytical thinking of his brain. The analytical thinking of your brain is that part of your brain that helps you make those analytical decisions, those life decisions, those decisions that say what's right and what's wrong. Because he didn't have that ability, everything was right to him. There was no such thing as wrong. So he spent the majority of his life always trying to make people happy. You have to admit, it was very exhausting for him. In fact, he began to suffer from depression. Because he wanted everyone and everything to be happy, when people weren't happy, it affected him in a negative manner. Then he developed depression. And he was a really, really big guy. Moses was really big. Yep, that's him right there. That's Moses. You see, he was a big guy in his purple. His favorite color is purple. And he was bullied a lot. And I, as a mom, did not know and understand bullying or the signs of bullying, even though as a kid, I was bullied. I had a young lady, and her name was Sheila, and my name was Sheila, and she used to chase me home every day. I went to Catholic school. She went to public school. She used to chase me home every single day. One day I got tired of being chased, and I stopped, and I fought. And that was the end of the bullying between she and I. But with Moses, it was different. The first time I realized or even thought he was being bullied was when he was in 6th grade. He came home and told me that a kid cracked the joke, said, "Run, nigga, run." And that was very devastating to him, and he didn't understand. And for us, we lived in a suburb of Chicago, Orland Park, and we're the only Black family in the subdivision. And we had been the only Black family when we built our home there in 2004. And even after I left just last year, or 2023, we still were the only Black family in that subdivision. But he was being bullied in school, but he never came home and said anything because he didn't understand bullying, and he was still trying to make everyone happy. He spent most of his life doing just that, trying to make everyone happy. So he contemplated suicide on many occasions. He came downstairs. I remember he came downstairs to me one day, and he was an adult at this time now. And he said, "Mom, I've been on the phone with the suicide hotline for the last 2 hours." And I was devastated. I said, "Well, why were you on the phone with them? Why didn't you come down and talk to me?" He said, "Mom, you wouldn't understand, and you don't understand." He says, "I don't want to be here." And I said, "Moses, don't say that. You shouldn't feel like that. Life is a gift. And you have been given a gift. I have been given a gift. I was blessed by having you. I love you. I adore you. The family loves you. And we all want to do whatever we can to help and assist you in any way that we can." So I did help him get therapy. He did have a therapist. But unfortunately, on June 10th of 2021, as he was visiting me, I went to wake him up, and I found him at the foot of his bed, deceased. After 5 months and having an autopsy, it was told to me that he died of an accidental overdose of fentanyl. So I created Musch Love, the Moses Odom Memorial Foundation. It's focused on mental health, bullying awareness, suicide awareness, and opiate awareness. And all those 4 things, I know it's a lot, but those are the 4 issues that my son dealt with from the time he had that stroke at the age of 5 to his passing at the age of 29. He passed away exactly 90 days before his 30th birthday. And in fact, his birthday is September 10th. And when on his passing, I actually gave him his homegoing celebration on June 19th, 2021, which was the first year that our president at that time, Biden, made it a public or federal holiday and called it Juneteenth Day. Because on June 19th of 1865, slaves in Gaston, Texas, were informed that they were no longer slaves and that they had been free. And they had been free for some time, and they weren't even aware that they were free. And so they made it a national or federal holiday. So his homegoing was a celebration of life, a celebration of freedom. He was free from the mental health. He was free from bullying. He was free from always considering suicide, and he was free from drugs. So it was a homegoing celebration to me and a day of freedom, not only for all Black Americans, and he was and still is a Black man from a Black family, but total freedom. But today, as we dive into these strategies of combating bullying and promoting kindness, because it's free to be kind. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind. The Musch Love Foundation is dedicated to raising awareness about bullying and providing support to those affected. We work with schools, community organizations, and individuals to promote kindness, empathy, and inclusion. As you can see, I'm doing this during June, and June is National LGBTQ Month. And we are definitely on a part of inclusion. Through our programs and events, we educate people about the impact of bullying and provide resources for prevention and intervention. Together, we can create a world where bullying is no longer tolerated and everyone feels safe and valued. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, bullying is never okay, and together we can make a difference. Join us next time as we continue to explore important issues in facing our community. Until then, be kind, be compassionate, and spread love wherever you go. Peace out. Have an amazing day.